So we've been attempting to refit this horrible rusty narrowboat for the last year and a half, and it's slowly becoming not so horrible and not so rusty. In a few months it will finally be done and we will be going continuous cruising forever. Yeah, alright. A year and a half ago I also packed in my job and I was relying on savings to do this big trip with every river and canal on the network, and I wanted to vlog that entire thing with my partner in crime, the lovely Becca. Little did we know that 2 days after purchasing the narrowboat that there would be a huge leak greeting us under the floorboards that we were completely unaware of, and we would end up vlogging the entire refit and rebuild of the boat while trying to live on it as well. I mean, it has been absolutely mental. We are the Nomadic Crobot. Hi guys, and welcome to our rusty narrowboat vlog. I'm Chris.
And I'm Becks.
I mean, we're not really that rusty anymore, are we?
No, scrub up quite well.
So in today's episode, Becca has got a very interesting way of tiling our kitchen. I am also going to finally finish off this blimming shower tray. I'm not dragging it out, I promise I'm not, guys. But first of all, to kick off the show, we want to start off with a very, very dark narrowboat topic. Because this is one of those little things, it was quite a big thing actually, that is a really big but if you want to live on a narrowboat or not. And I didn't really follow this rule until it was a bit too late. Do you know what it is?
It's got to be spiders.
It is spiders. I mean, I loved narrowboats for like the last 15 years of my life. So I went onto a friend's narrowboat for the first time ever, and I was greeted by all these little spiders everywhere, and it really, after 10-15 years of loving narrowboats, it made me sort of think, can I do this? Because I don't mind spiders, but I don't love like hundreds like everywhere, you know. But he said he didn't really tidy up much and he just left them, so I thought, you know, that's all right then. But then when we purchased this narrowboat, it was all fine until about 8 o'clock in the evening, and then every single window on the narrowboat, we've got about 10, had like 10 spiders on each window.
It's because that's when they come out to hunt humans.
And I do remember because I was sitting in the middle because I was too scared to sit by the sides of the narrowboat.
Chris wouldn't sit with his back near the wall. He'd just plonked a chair literally in the middle of the room.
Well, you're just sitting there sometimes and one comes down on you. It's just weird, isn't it? But I wonder if it was because the guy who sold us the boat was possibly not living full time on that boat. So do you guys get loads of spiders? So in this episode, I'm determined to eliminate spiders from the whistling wombat forever. But first, let's take you guys back into our newly restored narrowboat kitchen. Becca has had her grubby little crowbot hands all over this little bad boy, and it's looking completely unrecognisable, but it still needs a couple of little touches. Come in, stranger, from the darkness.
Into the light. Da, 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 da. Obviously there's always the difficulty in narrowboats of things moving around a lot, and people, well, it's kind of mixed opinion on how much tiling you should do. Like I've talked about it before in here where I tiled that little bit to make sure you're using like really flexible adhesive and grout and stuff, because obviously as the boat's moving around, tiles have a tendency to move with it. The grout will crack, the tiles will crack. Instead of tiling these sort of leftover areas, I found these like stick-on tiles. They can sort of vary, I think, in how good they look and their quality and stuff, but these ones seem to be pretty decent and they're a bit thicker, so having seen pictures of them put up, they look really effective. So we're going to tile this where the lovely old cork tile used to be, if you can remember, here and over here as well, with these tiles. And also with it being white, it'll help to bring a bit more light into the kitchen. They've got a coating on the front of them, obviously. Yeah, they're just like self-stick ones. So all you need to do is kind of get them lined up and cut them to shape and fill your space. First things first, we're going to cut the straight edge. Like the two sections that we're going to be tiling are, of course, like really wonky. Nice and straight on one side and then all angular, so it might be a bit odd. But what we'll do is we'll first cut our straight line and then we'll start cutting our other bits of tile to kind of fit in with that. I have heard that these are notoriously difficult to cut, so pray for us because they're really expensive for what they are.
How much was it for the 2 packs?
50 something quid.
And how many of the sheets do you get in?
10 or 12.
Just think that line that you're cutting across is another 50p. So this brings us to a very special moment for me. I've been out shopping. Well, out shopping. I ordered a few little bits online. Becca hasn't got a clue what they are. I reckon she can guess what one of them is. The other one, I'm not sure, because I tend to get things wrong a lot of the time. That's your Rebecca. And this is my bag of bits that I've ordered. 2 narrowboaty items in this bag. Can you guess what they are?
Narrowboaty items?
They're not strictly just for narrowboats. They're from Amazon, these. If you mention Amazon like loads of times in the vlog, do we get more money because they're like Amazon adverts will pop up? Amazon, 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 Amazon. That's breakfast sorted tomorrow then.
I like spiders a lot. Chris does not. So it's either a bag of oranges that you're going to just wear around your neck forevermore on the boat, or it's some sort of essential oil to spray around the boat.
It is a special spider spray. All you've got to do is spray the spider and it dies on the spot within seconds.
I'll spray you with it.
Crack it open.
Essential oil, 100% pure and natural. Peppermint.
So obviously a lot of you guys out there know my phobia of spiders. It's not that much a phobia, just the extent of spiders on narrowboats is just a little bit mad, isn't it? So a few suggestions from some lovely people was sort of peppermint spray, and you just clean the boat up sort of with it. It doesn't kill them, they just sort of stay away from it, I think.
I always think the conker one is the best, because more importantly they deter ticks and they can actually cause you some serious damage, whereas spider, most household spiders here are fine.
We've got to tread a bit carefully because Becca can't smell, can you, Becks?
Yeah, so I lost my smell about 3 years ago now. I ended up with these sort of like smell hallucinations, so to speak. So for about, for a really long time, and still now, I could smell fuel really badly all the time. And whilst I've regained a little bit of my scent, certain things really badly trigger it. It makes me feel really ill. Be interesting to see how the peppermint sort of spray works out.
Then we'll just see how it goes with you, because we don't want you feeling ill. And spiders, we'd rather have spiders on the boat than Beck's feeling ill, wouldn't we? Go on, have a smell then.
To me that smells, sounds really weird, like dust.
Your nostrils have gone into like a parallel universe or something.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean it just smells like polos. Well, what's to say you're not the one with the right smell? And the 99.999% of mankind has got it wrong. Enough about Becca's nostrils. On to the next thing.
You've got a saw, haven't you?
Huh?
Is it a venom one? Draper.
Look at it, it's got special things in it. The guys on the wide beam next to us had a venom one, and I was shocked at how quick it went through. It was just sliced through it, didn't it, when you done it especially. So quick. So I thought, well, I don't like using other people's stuff, especially something like that, because you end up damaging it, or just using it, wear and tear. It's nice to, they're not expensive. And I wanted the venom one, but I ended up looking up best saws. The picture of it was an actual tree trunk and this saw, and what I've purchased is...
Blimey neck. I mean, Chris just goes wildly over the top with things. Is this really necessary?
You can saw trees down with it.
So this will be able to cut through greenwood well, which is why it will have had a picture of a tree trunk. Greenwood is a different sort of density and it cuts differently. It's got a higher moisture content and stuff.
Will it work well through the bits that we want to cut, or is it a bit too much?
Yeah, it'll be absolutely grand. It's probably overkill for what we need, in all honesty.
Well, if you want a towpath somewhere and a big tree's fallen down, we could potentially use that and cut a nice big chunk off. Fast cutting, hard teeth. I might be wrong, but a lot of the saws, when you start sawing, they stop, don't they? Because they've got stuck. This won't get stuck.
That's normally about technique and tension, though.
Yeah, you don't need no technique for this, right? You just let it.
I mean, it's all right. It's not what I would have got, no.
Well, it is my birthday coming up. Maybe
There's another reason why I think you should send the saw back. Just saying.
No. Is it? Had you thought about it?
Yeah.
Had you?
Yes.
Oh. I'm going to send that one back anyway, because I think it's too much. It's too aggressive, isn't it? So a few weeks back I started scraping our horrible, disgusting shower tray. Do you remember? And I gave it a coat of primer and then also a coat of white outdoor paint, which can be used on steel. But I didn't key it, did I? So let's take you back to a couple of days ago when I tried to finish off this horrible steel shower tray. It's made out of steel for some weird reason. I mean, is that normal? Have you guys got a steel shower tray? And I keep saying those winter months is it's gonna be really cold on your toes, isn't it? We need a mat or something. So thanks to a couple of our lovely subscribers, Jay, Leon and Chris, we have finally got some new paintbrushes. These paintbrushes that we've been using, oh God, it's not even worth going into detail about how grubby they are, but we have some new ones now, finally. So thanks a lot, guys. So I'm gonna paint this tray again. Becks has said that she wants it roller really because you'll get a much nicer finish. So she's got a point. This paint, you're not meant to roller, you're just meant to put on with the paintbrush. So we're gonna bung it on with the paintbrush first, bung, and then we're gonna go on to the roller afterwards. Hopefully it hasn't dried by that point. It is a quick dry, but I think we'll have time to roller it a bit as well, and hopefully we'll get a nice finish on that. But first things first, I've remembered that I'm going to key the little bugger this time, so that when we paint on the second coat, it's actually going to stick to it and adhere to it. Okay, let's go! And we obviously just want to go gently on this as well, because, you know, we don't want to bring it all up again, do we? Do we? Probably going to have to bring it all up at some stage anyway, but when it all comes off in about half a year's time, because it hasn't been done properly. But I'm remaining positive, so we're just keying it. We're taking off a little bit. I should probably wear a mask, really, shouldn't I? I didn't think sort of the keying process would bring that much up, but it is dusty, you can probably tell. I think that'll probably be good enough. So Becks has just told me we might not have to roller nose the shower tray. Roller nose. We paint it and we don't see any sort of strands from where the brush has painted. We're alright, we're good. Last time there were a hell of a lot on there and we want to look all nice, so. And it started raining. Well, that's that job out the window then, isn't it? We can't do it whilst it's raining. So we're all keyed and ready to go. But it started raining, so we're spitting. The last few days, the weather down here in Anglia, in the UK, it's been very temperamental. It's been saying it's going to kick off at some point, and I wonder if it's about to kick off now. Doesn't look too bad. It's a pain, isn't it? Just got everything out. Always the way though, isn't it? Let's get this shut off and we'll try again in a bit. So yeah, because of the rain the other day, I didn't quite get the shower tray finished. That's why I've bunged it in this episode. I will also be completing it in this episode, and I'll be completing it with my newly found roller nose method. So stay tuned.
So this may be controversial, but we're actually going to fit the middle panel first, because that seems to be giving us our straightest edge. I don't know why that's logical, but it is.
Think of the old Bubble City. I used to laminate things for a living once. Great job title. Bottom.
Our little fella's just going to go in there. No one knows it. I won't put it in properly because they're quite hard.
Yeah.
The final piece.
Still got the film on it, this, that we're going to peel off at a later stage. Live. We're going to peel it off on a live stream. Aren't we, Becks? We're going to do a live stream of us peeling off the cling film type stuff. So, a new day, and this is exactly the way a Project Narrowboater starts his mornings. So yes, today we are tackling spiders on the Narrowboat. The spider episode. I mean, I saw one up here the other day. One lives up in here, look, somewhere. There probably ain't any around. It's the wrong season for it, isn't it? I mean, in the summer, you get a hell of a lot of spiders, like loads. But I reckon if you'd sort of tidy up a lot, and with my new special device, which I'm going to come to very shortly, we should have every spider eliminated on the Whistling Wombat by the end of this episode.
Can I just say I want no part in this actually, because I like spiders.
But I love spiders too. You know, one of my theories with bugs and them like crawling into holes in my body, like the nose, the ears, the mouth when you're sleeping or something, they're all entrances to bugs and insects, aren't they? And when you come onto something like this, living on it, sleeping on it, you're obviously they're going to be wiggling around over your body at night, aren't they? Okay, so let's get the tools. I'm excited about this. We're going to use the special peppermint thing. So, remove invisible cobwebs and spider egg sacs. I told you, there's little egg sacs. I like to try and get rid of the little egg sacs in the boat. Becks leaves them.
I like nature.
I love a cow, but I wouldn't have one running around in here.
I would.
Is he dead? There you go. To make the episode plausible, you've got to have some sort of spider somewhere. They normally live in here, sort of areas, normally around here. So I think I'm going to heat a bit of warm water up. Warm soapy water. Quick Google search. 5 drops. Not going to scald their little bodies, is it? Okay, the peppermint!
Do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah.
That ain't enough.
They're tiny, remember?
What, the spiders?
Yeah.
Spiders love lights for some reason. Spiders love hatches. Spiders love the gunnel areas. So we are fully protected on one hatch for these horrible little spiders. In fairness, it's the wrong time of year to do a spider vlog, isn't it? I mean, in the summer months, when the spiders all come to play, I think we'll do a proper spider episode. But at the moment, there's not even one spider in sight. I can't even show you one to show you what it's like. And if you live on a narrowboat, you know anyway what it's like. And you're probably not scared of spiders. But for the people that don't live on a narrowboat, it might be a good little insight just to sort of know what you're getting yourself into if you're thinking of getting a narrowboat. Okay, let's get back to it. Proper spider episode in the summer months.
So now we finish with this wall, we're going to go on to this one.
Do you like the sound it makes? Becks was telling me there's sort of a movement going around where people like the sound of the sort of back part of a sticker coming off. Weird.
No, it's not reserved to stickers, it's ASMR or something, so people make videos and they capture the sounds of stuff because people like to watch it because it's soothing or whatever. There'd be all sorts of things.
I wonder how many people found my hatches soothing. With a laughing stuck at the blimmin' canals, Rebecca! Weather's looking a little bit better. We're going to crack on with this bleeding shower tray. Let's get this finished. So we're back on this quick dry wood and metal gloss. It's a picture of a radiator on there, so it should be fine for a shower tray. Expert Chris did ring me up the other night and he did say, are you sure you want to use a water-based paint on the shower tray? You'd be better off getting like one of these ones that you use for bathtubs. The problem is you can't seem to buy ones for bathtubs that are meant for a steel shower tray because no one has a steel shower tray. Look at me being all professional with the old marigold on. So the plan again, we're going to give it a painting of this with the brush. If there's not any brush marks, Becks reckons it'll be fine. If there are brush marks, we're going to go over it with the old roller nose and give it a nice finish, hopefully. I mean, do you reckon there's any brush marks there? We're going to have to roller nose. We're going to have to go in with the roller nose. And it does say to go in thick, so do not worry. Always wear marigolds. So while I finish off the important bit with the shower tray at the back there, Becks had somehow managed to finish off messing around sticking her little stickers on the wall. Who am I kidding? Wow, look at this. It really ties everything in. Absolutely lovely, doesn't it? I think I'm going to come up with a new term for this. I'm going to call it Crobot Professional. Or should I be calling it Becca Professional? No, we're not going there. We are a team. Just one of us is a little bit better at these sort of DIY jobs. I am the better swimmer. Yeah, me and Becks had a race a while back. I won. So there you go. But that might just be down to my funny feet.
So that's our 2 back walls now tiled with our sticky tiles. They've come up really good, I'm really pleased with them. Funnily enough, the tiny strip just down by the cupboard actually was the most problematic and difficult to do, and probably took me longer than doing the 2 big walls combined actually. So there's just a couple of little bits of beading left to go on along these corners here to hide the wobbly edge. They just need redressing off and then a bit more varnish on them because they're a bit scuffy before I pop them back on. And then we're done. Currently deliberating whether or not to do the same on these exposed end bits of cupboard as well, because they look horrible, and we're either going to paint them, put some ply over the top or something else, so we may well get some more of those tiles on there.
Very, very impressive, Colonel Crow, but you've seen nothing because I'm about to roller nose. Funny feeling this ain't going to work with the roller nose. It's working. I think we're nearly done. And you're not meant to use a roller nose on this. It's turned into a lovely sunny day, so perfect for our quick drying of the roller nosing.